2, 1, and. Now right at one time when you're live with Donnie 5. That's not a wrong time when you're live with Donnie 5. That's not a wrong time when you're live with Donnie 5. Live with Donnie 5. Live with Donnie 5. That's not a wrong time when you're live with Donnie 5. That's not a wrong time when you're live with Donnie 5. That's not a wrong time when you're live with Donnie 5. Live with Donnie 5. Live with Donnie 5. What's up, YouTube? What up, y'all? When I tell you that boredom struck and it just brought me here. Quarantine kings and queens, COVID-19 free beings, how are ya? Listen, I'm obnoxious and I'm extra hype and excited about a lot going on right now. Great things are happening in the life of Adonis. I'm telling you. Let's see, where do we start? Start with some music, excuse me. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. And do it again, y'all. That's enough of all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you're all doing okay out there in this YouTube streets, in these ATL streets, in these United States streets, in these international streets. Because listen, it is really redundant out here. These folks are really cutting up. I want to give a little story time right now. Actually, as we speak while I find my other phone. No, I was not trying to connect with you. However, we'll just turn you off. That's what we'll do. Turn it off. And, ladies and gentlemen, bear with me. Just please bear with me. Bear with me. I have something very interesting that I'd like to talk to you all about. If I can find my, I had my other phone and the damn thing was sitting right here in my face. Listen, I want to talk to my rainbows if I could. Can I talk to my rainbows on the show today? Listen, if you practice entertaining the same sex, if you are in the umbrella community, LGBTQIA plus and all that extra shit. Listen, if you are connected in that community and you practice life with the same sex, listen, I want to share something with you. Continue being who you are. The fears that you hold in here are not for anybody else but the Lord, okay? On this Ramadan, the 7th day of Ramadan, shout out to my Muslim brothers and sisters out there. Ramadan Mubarak. Ramadan Mubarak. Let me give it to you like this. Let nobody stop you. And the reason why I'm bringing this and presenting this to you guys in this manner is because I was on the train earlier. And unfortunately, there was a man. He was tried it. He was trade and he tried to emasculate me, come harassing me for the monies. You know the kind of money that I spend. Y'all know that I don't play when it comes to the cash. And he had a nerve because I rejected and I was silent. I decided not to give him a damn thing. So, I'm jamming, bop, shaloo bopping, you know what I'm saying, getting my rock on and all this other good stuff. And this further muck caused himself coming up to me, getting upset at the fact that I didn't want to give him any money. And there was an OG, like a straight up, hooded out, thugged out ass OG. You know what I'm saying? And he came up to the guy comes up to him asking and harassing in the same manner. And he asked him if he had money. I was bopping to my music. Then all of a sudden I hear like, Nah, motherfucker, I ain't got no motherfucking money. But if I have the motherfucking money and I chose not to give it to you, I won't be giving it to you. The fuck you, hey, you talking about, bruh? Hey, you talking about? Ain't that harassment, little fella? Like, he was looking at me when he said that, and I'm looking like, well, well, it is harassment if that's what you want to call it. However, how did you answer the guy? He said, I declined the nigga. The motherfucker. I ain't give him shit. And then turn around and he gave it. Turned around and he gave the guy something else from what he was looking for. Rather than giving him money, he gave him a tip. Listen, while you out here trying to front and play hard and play tough and harass people, you know, innocent people who bust their asses for the little bit that they do have during this COVID-19 pandemic, you lost your mind, bro. Find something. Go find God. So then he turns around to look at me. Oh, hell no. Because I wasn't having it. Now, thankfully, I was able to piggyback off the OG, even though I stand on my own and these nuts hang, baby. I was able to just let him, don't look back here. Because you got your ass up out of your seat and pulled your pants up, fixed your clothes, did all of this extra whatnot just to, you know, to justify I ain't gay, don't be looking at me when, bruh, it's actually my attention that you wanted. And when the OG called his ass out, he didn't have a choice but to shut his mouth. You see what I'm saying? Because OG called it right, you know? I just stood there and I was like, well, you know, all I got me is Ramadan. Listen, God bless you. I apologize for your ignorance because you do look ridiculous. However, I mean, he looked with this look of anger and disposition like he wanted to get at me and all of this. But because I called the facts out and the OG called him out for being a pussy ass nigga. I don't even like talking like that, ladies and gentlemen. Nigga is a word that I really prefer not using. However, it is a terminology for ignorant motherfuckers like that. I will call you a nigga in 5 seconds when you act accordingly. And that's what the gentleman did. He was a dusty, dingy, dirty sewer rat out of the streets of New York. Anyway, so moving right along on to more positive things. Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to Adonis's YouTube show. Smash shit. Smash shit. I'm still working, growing and developing this brand. So you guys are in the baby stages of what will become. What will become something great. As you all can see, I'm high on life. I'm enjoying myself. I love to laugh. My name is Adonis. If I had to reintroduce myself once again, I am from Pasadena, California. I also grew up in Gulfport, Biloxi, and Wiggins, Mississippi. So I am country western or blended. A suburbal, as you would call it, you know, a suburban rural kid, you know what I mean? Because I was raised in both parts of the country. And my vision is love, you know what I'm saying? My mission statement to the people is just to spread love, you know, in all that you do and everything that I accomplish and everything that I aspire out to be. I started off in school in theater, actually. I booked my first gig as a 3-year-old kid in preschool as Tom Thumb. And going from there, I was just next, as a kid, I got to meet... I actually got some great opportunities as a child to perform and singing. Singing is my first passion. Singing is my first love before my first girlfriend and popping that first cherry. Even the first boy I messed with too. But that's another story. Yes, 20 years being a rainbow, honey. 20 years. 20 years as of April 12th. 2020. I had my first experience with the boy, but that's another story for another video for another time. Okay, and back to the briefing. My second job as a child, as a 7-year-old kid, I got to sing "God Bless the USA" for Quarles Elementary School back in South Mississippi. it was very interesting for a child like myself, who was so little and so interesting looking, to be up on stage in front of a school of 350 children singing, God bless the USA. Well, I'm proud to be an American, for at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget that man who died. At least I know That's enough of all of that, y'all, but... And I won't forget the man who died to leave my life it's free. I'm too extra loud and obnoxious, and I don't give $5 worth of two fucks right now because I'm feeling extra good. Haven't smoked, although this is from my Wake and Bakers. I haven't drank a thing. I'm sober as fuck, and that's probably something that comes to my downfall because I'm hyper. Where my ADHD motherfuckers at? Okay, but back to my story. From performing that, I actually was able to later on in my school career, I auditioned in junior high school. I auditioned for the honor choir, where I actually landed the lead role, not the lead role, but I was the baritone, but I got to lead a choir, a 13-year-old kid 20 years ago. Got to lead Stone Middle School in a, in a regional contest or what have you. There were choirs and schools competing, and the receipts will be printed up and presented, where Adonis, Miller, got to lead Stone Middle School's honor choir. And yes, proudly, when I walk back in those streets, they show love to the homie. To speed it up, in my teenage years, I spent my time chasing television. I chased American Idol, got to audition with them. I forgot to mention that as a child, I got to audition for Star Search when I was like 6. I forgot about that before the elementary school adventures. Back in my California days when, before we moved to Mississippi. My mother and my aunts would take me to my uncles and aunts' events that they worked at. They worked in the industry. They would always have backstage passes or tickets or things like that for us to go to these shows. And when I was younger, my mom at 2 discovered that I had a knack for singing. I had a knack for vocals, which have still to this day been a passion of mine. Back to Life, Soul to Soul, 1989, 31 years ago, was the first record. My mom and my aunt, they both debate about this, but let a mother tell it, because a mother knows, a mother knows. She said, I discovered you singing when you was 2 years old in my room. I don't know. But what I do know is both of them told me about it, and I've just been knowing about singing since I can remember. Back to life, back to reality, back, and all that stuff. Copyright infringement up in this motherfucker, all right? But yeah, so back to leading the honor choir. I was chosen as a baritone, 13 years old, 13-year-old kid. This is 20 years later, 33 in a few days. And I just remember going from that awkward kid that everyone made fun of because I spoke differently. I'm in the South and I'm enunciating and pronouncing all of my words. My country cousins will look at me real different and odd because of the fact that I spoke proper. And what is proper English actually? Because they would say I was talking white. I didn't know anything about talking white because we didn't have very many white neighbors in Pasadena. We had Asians and Latinos, okay? So I didn't know very much about white until moving south and really seeing just how redundant, you know what I'm saying? Because we was in such diverse areas back in Pasadena. Anyhow, my cousins would make fun, but once that Negro booked that, I auditioned, went through the process, went through the measures, everything. And once they found out Adonis was leading school and I was a straight A student at that, oh my God, the celebrity, the popularity just began to grow. And that also was the time when I started studying our acts like Destiny's Child and Brandy's number one. Brandy is my number one. Anybody who knows me knows Brandy behind Whitney, Luther, and James Brown. Happy birthday, James. It's my nigga. I'm all over the place, y'all, because, you know, like I said, I'm still structurizing my show, but I'm also sharing a lot of me with you. But around that time in 2000, I was studying singers like Brandy, Beyonce, Music Soul Child, Boys to Men before their career started to you know, I wouldn't say before their career started to coast, you know what I'm saying? Because, and that was the year where, you know, they had really reached the peak of a lot of their success and things like that. So they didn't have very much to prove back in the year 2000 when they put out music and things like that. However, Boys to Men, Usher, Jagged Edge, Anthony Hamilton when he was with Nappy Roots and all of them. Oh my God. Eric Benet was hit and miss, but my birthday twin, Maxwell, yes! That one right there, that guy I studied because I gotta get to know ya. Ooh, gotta get to know ya. Anyway, so from that, I just took the vocal stylings of the artist in the summer of 2000 that was really shitting, because, you know, Destiny's Child and all of them, Monica, Jermaine the Pretty Brown, all of them were cutting up. Craig David! What's up? No, I'm just like, but oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Candy had her Out in the Club record. What was that? Don't Think I'm Not. No, that's, I used to, your attention. You ignore me every time. You know my thing. And all that extra shit. Yes. Speeding up. Oh my God, the most tumultuous time of my life, the most interesting time of my life was my parents taking us out of school and bringing us into homeschool. Yes, I was a homeschool high school student. So you millennials today who are actually appalled at the fact that you're sitting at home, that was my normal life 20 years ago, honey. We were way ahead. My mom was way ahead, baby. So, that being said, the art of self-sufficiency, the art of self-independence, the art of originality, a lot of that stuff was coined from my family, my parents. They've instilled a lot of that into me, you know. And here's a little brief intermission. I actually was really leery about doing YouTube because I felt vocally someone would discover me by now. I felt that by now someone would have snatched me up because I've chased enough record labels, I've chased enough television shows and art and competition shows. Oh my God, I have Lil Mode my way through so many hood niggas records back in the day, in my day, who still has my stuff and are being selfish with it, that, oh my God, I'm not going to say I got discouraged, but it just was just like, what is going on here, and when is something going to happen for me? Like, when will I have my moment to shine? When will I have my time? Well, after high school and joining a group, shout out to my twin brother Adonis and his cousin Kevin, was my cousin too, Kevin, Dark Monkey on Instagram. We had a group. However, I'm going to say this on record, I was the most passionate about it because I'm still out here in these streets cutting up. And that's not to downplay my brothers or what have you, because they have different ventures in life that they embarked on. However, I continue on because my knack for entertaining you people is just it's been a lifelong passion of mine. And I'm sure you can see that from the persona and the silliness that I exude. Moving forward. High school ends, and I team up with my first cousin, who was like a big brother to me, biologically at that, yes. His mother and my mother are they're sisters. You know. And linked up with him as a teenager. This was actually during high school or what have you, but we really started getting heavy in the streets and things like that after my high school graduation year. It was in 2005. Yes, 2005. I'm telling my age, millennials. However, we broke face, and then like we put this record out called Girls. It was actually my cousin's record that I sang the hook on. But of course, everyone really enjoyed the composition. That before you know it, I heard people in the neighborhood, girls, girls. And I'm surprised because I'm like, I had some small insecurities in my past about my vocals, okay? However, even though I had landed the opportunities that I landed, I got to travel the places that I got to travel and do the things that I got to do, I still had some insecurities at 18 about my voice. But when I would hear people singing girls, girls, that had me like, I might be able to do this. Hey, because it was a dream in my head. And I didn't even know for so many years that I was operating like that. You know, with this being a dream in my head, etc. And then from there, the popularity that we obtained from that one song really was, it was fueling. It was like confidence building. It was, I'm not going to say ego building because those ignorant motherfuckers that we was working with and we were all around. One show, you get one one piece of an audience member to give you a little love and you just swear you've won a Grammy. You know, like I was around some ignorant people like that, had to separate. Moving forward in my journey, I got to audition for Carnival Cruise, and I almost scored that job. Almost. What kept me from scoring that job, though, is they were looking for singers who danced, and I went into the dancing and the singing realm. I came in 4th place out of the 3 that were selected, which means that I would have been next in line. Brandy says almost doesn't count, and she's absolutely right because that almost didn't count. I didn't get the job, even though they saw my potential and they were very impressed. Vocally, I would have been hired for that 100,000. However, they wanted, given that I had the body and the physique and all this other kind of stuff, they wanted to see me move. And there was just 2 other strong dancers. Couldn't sing as strong as me, but there were 2 other strong dancers that cut it up. Mad love to them. So that happened, and then I just decided, like, you know what? I'm taking matters into my own hands. Thankfully to God, things had dismantled between my cousin and I. You know, we kind of went our separate ways creatively. That's another story. And I'd start from square one. And so I met this lovely individual named Antron Rashad Olukayude, who I gave a tribute video to my last weekend, for his birthday. Antron was like my Master Roshi. He was like my Gideon. He was like my go-to, my sensei, my oracle, you know what I'm saying, for the LGBTQ community. This rainbow bright, oh so right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really helped me tap more into myself because I was in denial about so much personally when it came to this community. The YMCA. Woo! Anyway, and so like, he invited me to this set called Bluntasia that was run by Nova Luxurious. I'm sure you guys have heard me mention Nova Luxurious before. I show these people way too much love. And Nova was having an event titled Bluntasia. So Antron sends me the flyer. I'm like, what's up with this? Da-da-da. When I tell you this was like a miniature Afro punk meets Coachella meets backyard boogie, if you will, you know, a show at the cookout, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was giving me barbecue with the show tease vibes and all of this, you know, with a bunch of artsy fartsy, nostalgic left field type of people. Oh my God, I saw like, he just exposed me to a different diaspora of culture, a different aspect on life that was just so refreshing for me as a 26, 27-year-old at the time. And I was so in love with this show that I just had to be a part of it. I had to be a part of it. So I didn't beg, but I kind of begged. I asked my friend Corey, I was like, he wasn't my friend then. He was an acquaintance. However, he's grown. But I asked him, I was like, Nova, how can I be down? I want to be down. I want to be down. I want to be down. I want to be down with what you're going through. I want to be down. I want to be down with you. Oh. Anyway, so he was like, look, if you got some material, I already heard you sing. You sound bomb. Just come on through. So I didn't have any material. So I went back to my cousin that I kind of separated from and begged him for some beats. He sent me scraps. But those scraps he sent me, I turned into magic. Hence my first EP titled Me, which is on the streaming platforms, SoundCloud, Spotify, etc., all of that. It's up. I put that out in 2016 with the first single titled Trip Me to Get Me. Very interesting of an approach and an intro as a solo artist, because although the content, it was just like, where does that come from? Really interesting. However, I feel that in that time professionally, I was so green to so much. So just learn, just so green. So I got my ass up afterwards. It's just like the opportunities have just been, not going to say limitless, but they've been coming left, right, up, and down since 2015. I can say these past 5 years artistically have been rewarding for me. I've been able to travel and do some things. To pick things up to date, the EP was released. Some things happened throughout that whole journey, creatively and professionally, to where I chose to, I'm not going to say trash the project, but I chose to leave that in the area in the time that it is, because I tried to salvage so much from that the things that I tried salvaging were working against me. So I didn't can the project. I just postponed it, if you will, because it's still a baby of mine. And, moving forward, traveling and performing those songs, I put out a song titled Nacho. I'm Nacho, macaroni with the cheese. My Tubmans are for me. Hit you with the Anyway, that song is on SoundCloud as well. It got me up to 6,000 streams. And that was summer 16 when I put that out. Summer 16, I put that song out, and it got up to 6,000 streams. Of course, that number is low AF. However, for me, up and coming, a song that I wrote, all mine, and I just like everything that just came from me, and for 6,000 people to receive that, oh my God, it did so much for me. So, and it was just rewarding, like very, very rewarding. That happens, of course, you deal with people that don't have your best interest. They're interested in your work, your art, and what you have to offer, but they don't have your best interest as a person, because you surpass them creatively and you have just a bit more to offer to the creative table than they do. And I come to notice that in my travels and in my journeys as an artist, that was happening to me all too frequent. Here in Atlanta, Georgia. What did Adonis do? I got tired, and I took my ass back home to California to do what? Create magic. Amina James, I don't know your new last name, big sis, me, because you're a lovely, beautiful married woman and mother now. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. However, you are a part of the story, so I'm talking about it. I met with a good Judy, who was a friend of my aunt's, and my aunt introduced me to her. She had a knack for the game, the music scene. She really wanted to delve into the business. When she had some strides going, I got to contribute some efforts towards her work back in 2008 that helped her win a competition as well as get signed a distribution deal with the label. Now, what happened with all of that, you have to go to Amina James's page to find that out. Me. What's up, girl? Anyway, but she came back and snatched me up and was like, Adonis, I got this management company titled Saturday Night LLC. I want to sign you. I signed with her. First gig book was this 11-play one-act series live theater show that not only did I land one role, but I got to land 3 roles in there. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry I'm looking for the receipt, but yes. Here are script pages. Shout out to the QU Foundation. How y'all doing? I had a good time working with you guys. Yes, I got to find my Playbill article or what have you, but the Eastside Queer Stories Festival back in 2017 held an event, and I got to audition. For the affair, and while auditioning for the affair, I'm rummaging through some paperwork or whatever because I want to show you guys this receipt. But working my behind off up and through there, I was able to meet some beautifully interesting people that well, I'm going to say it. They brought the best out of me. Oh, is this it? No, it's not it. And honey, I don't feel like digging too much anymore. But they brought out the best in me when it came to, oh, shucks, this drawer is really ridiculous. Let me quit. But it really brought the thespian out of me. I am naturally a theatrical person, silly as fuck. However, the experience with that, oh my God, I want you guys to see my Playbill picture. But the experience behind that it changed my life. It changed my aspect on life. It changed my perspective on things, and playing those characters, because I had 3 main character roles, was probably the most rewarding for me in my career. And it definitely showed that I have skill enough to move forward. It boosted my confidence enough. So I was really, really excited about being a part of that production and, having what I had and bringing what I could to the table as a thespian. Moving forward too. I now have that was 2017, but moving forward, I took a break in 2018. 2019, I come back. I hit the scene, come back. And actually, pulling back to 2018, because my sequencing is a little all over the place with this. But I got offered to be a guest on my friend's podcast, Nova Luxurious's podcast. This is a shameless plug, but he has a show titled Nova Thoughts. Run over to his page on Spotify. These are all the platforms, wherever, go check him out, if you will. I show a lot of love to people. For those who don't know, you will. I show a lot of love. Even if I'm biased towards you as a person, if I see that your quality is beneficial to humankind, I will not overlook that, even though I will overlook you. So, that being said, right now in the current, due to COVID-19, I was in the middle of recording my second full-length EP, and I just released a single for that just got picked up by We Are You Radio on Google Play. Yes, honey, ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't figure out how I was going to end that. But We Are You Radio. Shout outs to Mr. George Daigle for picking my song up. I said a prayer. I believed in myself. I submitted it. And not only do they like it and they enjoyed it, but they also put it in rotation. Now, if that ain't Godspeed, God's plan, God's plan, God's plan, God's plan. My voice is cracking because I'm a little dehydrated, but fuck you. And like, but yes, that was like the highlight of my year. And it is also what inspired me to create my own YouTube channel. Now listen, you guys, because I don't want to hold up too much of your day. I just wanted to share a little bit about me, a briefing about me, you know, give you a little rundown, just a smidgy bit. Later on, you know what I'm saying, as my presence grows in the entertainment industry and as my presence grows in these YouTube streets, I will even detail more about myself and my successes. Because that was the premise of the show. Like, how could Adonis have a show and he doesn't introduce himself, or you guys don't have an idea of who he is or what he has to offer? For those that know me, you guys are already caught up. But we've got the world to capture. And we have to do it one by one. One view, one click, one subscription, one comment by one. I don't like these glasses too much. These glasses, they are right. They are right. They are okay. But you know, next week we'll be doing a hell of a lot better. Smokers! Have you smoked your ganja today? Smokers! Ooh, smoking your love away. Would you like to go? Would you like to go? Smoke some more? I'm sure you do. Listen, thank y'all so much. I want to give a good, big shout out to James Brown. James Brown! Without you, now mind you, I am a Michael Jackson stan, okay? I'm a Michael Jackson stan, but James Brown, that James, can I do my thing? Can I do my thing? That's my nigga. Ow! Oh my God. I don't care. And Papa don't take no mess. That big payback. And try me. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is a man's world. I don't even want to do the impression. This is a man's world. Ooh. This is a man's world. I'm too dehydrated, y'all. I'm sorry. This is man's world. Woo! Let's do it. Now, I'm going to say love and hair grease. Everybody, spread love. Ramadan Mubarak to my Muslim brothers and sisters, my Muslims, my Musliminas out there who are protecting the positive energy that we have left on this planet. Thank you all so much. Thank y'all for checking me out. I'm sure I was long drawn, silly as hell, and everything else. But be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, and give me all you got. 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 Ow! Give me all you got. 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 Thank y'all. Have a good one.